You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Friday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby. Breaking news. In an interview with Loudwire Nights, Adam Jones of Tool revealed that they're working on a new album. Very exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, so I am going to be celebrating that because you have to understand they put out an album in 2006, 10,000 Days, and then it took all the way to 2019 for us to get Fear Inoculum. So if they could put out a new album after only 6 or 7 years, that would be huge for us Tool fans.
I mean, every song's like 56 minutes, so it takes them a long time.
That's right. So if we could get one already, that might be a new record for the band.
The thing with Tool is just the fact of like everybody.
Hang on. Before you get on the rant, just officially make your pick so people can start voting.
I said Propaganda.
Okay, I didn't know if you were picking a song.
Yeah, I said it.
Propaganda or Tool 762-555. Explain your problem.
I dislike Tool because everybody tells me that I'm supposed to like them. And everybody who is a diehard Tool fan is like, you don't get it, man. Like, it's the way they play their instruments. If you play it backwards, you can still hear it. It's just like, it's almost like when you're a kid and you're told that you're supposed to like something that I'm so over it. And then the whole demeanor of, I've been to a festival and seen Tool and like Maynard James Keenan stands behind the stage the whole time. It doesn't come out, or they black the lights out and all this stuff. And I'm like, what is this mystique to this band? Like, seriously.
Sorry that the man has social anxiety. I'm sorry he doesn't perform to your level of approval.
I think he's okay. I've seen videos of him in the 90s. He seemed very cool jumping around on stage and like
maybe if
being
he took
crazy.
His pants off and ran around with bananas, he'd be more up your speed.
The guy took his shirt off in the 90s and would have like the most obscene mohawk of all time. And he's got social anxiety now.
Listen, I will say that there are some Tool fans who are absolutely annoying. They make it very difficult to want to discuss the band because they'll start talking about how the song is written in the timing of the Fibonacci sequence and all these other things. And you're just like, shut up, man. No one cares. The drums sound really cool.
Yeah.
But every fan base has lousy fans like that ruin it for everybody
No
else.
doubt. I can't get into it. And I'm not saying that it's bad music.
Well, you kind of did.
It's just not for me. And the length of the songs is what kills me all the time.
Well, that's because you have ADHD.
When that Fear Inoculum song came out, like 10 minutes, and you're like, oh my God, dude.
You don't have the attention span for it. That's all it is. You listen to songs that run 2 to 2.5 minutes.
I listen to music I can have sex to. Sorry.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Yeah, you know what? Happy Friday and a good weekend to everybody out there except for Jeep drivers.
What's wrong with Jeep drivers?
I don't know what it is, man. There has been an uptick in the last, I want to say, 2-3 months. Maybe it is just since the beginning of summer, where I have noticed that I have gotten more and more upset with the behavior of the average Jeep driver.
Cut you off?
I'm getting cut off in traffic. I've got Jeeps riding on my back bumper, getting way too close to me, swerving. If you're in 2 lanes, they're like coming back and forth across the middle line. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. Even when they're in parking lots, they make me mad with all the stupid ducks on the front dash.
You just don't get it. It's a Jeep thing, dude.
I don't get it. I don't get it. The Jeep makes sense as a vehicle, as something that can take you like off-road into unknown territory, take the doors off and the top down and go enjoy the weather. So why do they all look so shiny clean and try to run me off the road all the time?
That is true. I feel like 90% of people that have a Jeep have never gone mudding in their life.
You're supposed to go off the road. You're not supposed to try and put me in the ditch. That's not what a Jeep is for.
I'm already seeing the text of people that are complaining about BMW drivers in here at 762-555 as soon as you started saying this, which I will agree. It's the whole, like, they don't use their turn signals, all this crap.
Yeah.
But you know what vehicle really pisses me off?
Which one?
Those little, what are they called? Like little micro cars. Have you seen those around?
Oh, the ones that you see on the sidewalk?
Well, they're supposed to be on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Those little single person electrical, they're like a mobility scooter, basically.
Yeah, it's like a souped up Rascal scooter to kind of almost, it's like a Rascal scooter and an Austin Mini had a baby.
All summer long, there's like a handful of people in town that are driving these on the road.
Yeah, man.
And I feel like you're not supposed to. Get those things out of here, dude. I don't care if you're saving the environment. Like, I don't care if you have a DUI and you can't drive an actual vehicle.
That's just it. Like, coming up to, like, a busy intersection and you're in a motor vehicle on a roadway and somehow you end up behind one of these things. You're just like, I'm going to be here forever. We're going to die in this intersection because this guy can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because these things go like 5 kilometers an hour.
If I love tap you, you are flipping over so hard, dude. Do not test my patience.
Never mind a love tap. If the wind picks up, we're all in trouble.
I know. You ever see somebody in there and you're like, this is the stupidest looking thing ever.
I will say I did see one on a sidewalk close to my house not long ago, and there was like 2 people standing in the corner waiting for the walk symbol to change. And the way this thing was driving up behind them, it almost looked like a weird jungle cat stalking its prey. I'm like, that guy's going to run those kids over.
I think we should start a petition and collect all of those little micro mobility scooters, and we should use them for a fair and get a monster truck to crush them all.
I would watch that.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
A friend of the show, Ben, on the phone. What car really grinds your gears?
I think I'm split. I think anything extreme, like if you're driving a Cybertruck or you're driving a Hummer, I don't like any end of that spectrum.
The Hummer is one of those ones where it's like, how do you even afford to get around right now?
Honest to God.
And then the space truck is just like, ugh.
Space truck.
Absolutely. Both ugly as sin.
That's just it, man. Like, the Cybertruck one confounds me because, like, they don't look as cool as they should. They've constantly been shown to have problems, and they cost $150,000.
Same as the Hummer, and I mean it's crazy. Like I can't stand either one. I think they're both the love-hate. Either love them or you hate them. There's nothing in between.
And I think the thing with just Teslas in general is just like the guy who makes them, it's hard not to just hate them.
That's the thing, is like they will be forever associated, even if you put the little sticker that's like, I got this before Elon went crazy.
Coward. You're a coward if you put that on your car, in my opinion.
If you don't like what he's doing, sell the car. If you don't care what he's doing, drive the car. But don't split the middle.
We've got friend of the show, Sam, on the phone. Sam, what vehicle grinds your gears when you see it on the road?
Well, those big jacked up trucks with those little boys driving them. I'm from Napanee, and oh my God, I hate the cockiness. I hate that they're swerving in and out of the road. Oh, like I just see them and I look and I'm like, here we go. What is this going to be?
There's definitely a certain vibe you can expect from the driver of a big jacked lifted truck.
See,
100%. And when they have those balls hanging from them, it's like, here we go. Yeah, we're in it. We're committed.
First off, I've said this before. I'm very pro truck nut. I still find it hilarious.
Well, yeah, they have to have them on the back of the jack truck because there's nothing up in the cab.
I also understand that a lot of these guys that drive these lifted trucks drive like a-holes. But why does everybody hate the lifted truck so much? What's wrong with that? When we were all little boys and we played with our little, cars and stuff, what'd you want? You wanted a lifted truck. What's wrong with a man growing up and having his dream?
It's just, they don't know how to drive it. A real man knows how to drive a big boy truck. But when these little boys drive these little trucks... Sorry. Not so sorry.
Hot take, not a wrong word spoken.
Oh, no. All I do is speak the truth, my friend.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
For the first time since leaving the Toronto Maple Leafs, Mitch Marner did an actual interview yesterday. And, when he was asked on one of the reasons why he chose to leave Toronto, here's what he had to say.
Father called me and goes, I just want to let you know we've got people sending us screenshots of a guy posting your address online, saying that if people want to come pay us a visit and say, their goodbyes in a quotation way, here's the address. And it was a little tough, obviously. I mean, we kind of dealt with it for the last 2 years in a way. I mean, the market's very passionate. They love the team. I mean, I know it. I was born and raised there. I've been a part of the Leafs Nation for a long time. But when your family safety comes into question, especially having a new son, I don't think it's acceptable. Having full-time security pretty much at your house for 2 weeks after the playoffs just to make sure no one's coming to the house. Also the safety-wise of trying to walk your dog and your child. So it was a little unfortunate, but yeah, it's, we all deal with this stuff. it's just sometimes it happens.
You know, when I hear him say that, I know I made the joke when I heard he's like, I moved to Vegas for my family. I'm like, who moves to Vegas for your family? But I understand it 100% when you hear him say stuff like this. This is the reason why so many players don't want to come to Toronto, and saying this as a Leafs fans, we are the worst fans of all time.
Well, and it's funny to hear him because, like, he's trying to be diplomatic about it because it's already a bad scene, right? So he's not trying to rile people up anymore. But to hear him talk about how there are people putting his address online to try and, like, basically go and threaten him, or having to hire security because they didn't win a Stanley Cup, and then for him to go, well, the fan base is passionate. It's like, that's not passion. That's psychopathy. Like, that's too far.
And don't get me wrong, man. Like, I yelled at my TV. I yelled at Mitch Marner a lot over the past few years. But I think with sports, you got to have it the same way with, like, road rage. It's like someone cuts you off and you can yell in your car and get mad. But then there's the guy who follows them home, right? It's like, where's that fine line of where you are?
There's levels to this. You can absolutely be a passionate sports fan. There's nothing wrong with that, of loving your team and wanting them to do well and being frustrated when they're not doing well. You see someone like a Steve Dangle online who does the videos about the Toronto Maple Leafs.
He goes full spaz all the time.
He is a very passionate fan, but at the same time, he's not showing up at Mitch Marner's door going, explain yourself.
And, hey, don't get me wrong. I feel like probably 90% of people that are saying stuff online, like, wouldn't actually do it. But that's still the thing, is the internet is the problem. I'm on it all the time. I love the internet. But I think there's so many people that, I don't know how to really word it. Like, they get this balls on the internet where they think they can do whatever. And it's like, yeah, man, I love the Leafs too. It bums me out that they haven't won a cup. It bums me out how Mitch Marner played this year. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, don't you have a life?
Yeah, he's a human with a family who deserves to be able to live his own life outside of the rink. And you can buy a ticket and go to the game and boo him, or you can be at home and you can go on the internet and be like, man, Mitch Marner is not a good hockey player. But when you're like, let's go to his house, like, stop, brother, go outside.
I think the best way I could put it is, think about the job that you have right now if you're listening. If someone came and said they were going to jeopardize your family because you didn't flip their burger well at Harvey's, or you messed up their plumbing, or like whatever it is, you'd probably want to move too, right?
That's just it. So let's try and keep some, it's hard. They're famous, they're celebrities, they're on TV, they make millions of dollars. It's hard to remember that they are real people at the end of the day.
I'm very interested to see what his first game back in Toronto is.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Apparently, if you're a guy and you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, that is a huge red flag for ladies. There was a recent survey done where 55% of women said they deem it a red flag if their partner listens to the Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know a thirst for the truth was a red flag. I get it. I mean, you watch the show and you see some of the, like, conspiracy guests that they have on and stuff like that, or even just some of the basic, like, Elon Musk smoking weed during the podcast. I can see how it would be a turnoff to people.
Yeah, and it's basically a lot of them say that, like, they live through Joe Rogan. They get all their information through that way, blah, blah, blah. But then in the same survey, they said that 55% of men found it a red flag for women who are into astrology.
Honest to God, I feel like those two things are on par.
Right? I feel like astrology is like the Joe Rogan Experience for ladies.
You're basically looking to a less than credible source to get all of your worldly information, to get everything that you're going to base your entire personality on.
If you go on a first date and someone looks at you and go, what's your sign? And you go, oh, I'm a Capricorn. They go, oh, that makes sense.
Right. Because back in the day, what's your sign used to just be like an icebreaker, a way to start a conversation with somebody. But if the follow-up is like, okay, I now know everything I need to know about you, just go. Just be like, hey, this was fun. Let's not do this again.
Dude, Courtney used to have this friend who was into all that stuff, astrology, the stars, when Mercury's in Gatorade and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, she would go, like, she'd start dating guys, like, every couple months and be like, I found the one. And then she'd, like, take her crystals and her rocks and put them out under the moon. And I was like, oh, dude.
Can we add that to the list, by the way?
Rock people?
If you're And this is male or female because I've known both. I am friends with a couple where both sides fully believe that they've got to put their rocks out in the moonlight on certain days of the month or everything in their life is going to go to hell. And they're very happy together, and I'm glad they found each other. But big red flag.
The only rock I pay attention to is Dwayne Johnson.
Even then, that might be a red flag these days.
Sometimes
too.
what he's cooking, you don't want to smell,
The
you know?
Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We got Samantha on the phone. What's an instant red flag for you?
The immediate red flag is we went out for dinner Tuesdays and we got like a wing and like we got like the platter, so it had like chicken wings, tenders, onion rings. He ate everything with a fork and knife, and I asked him about it. I'm like, you don't have to be all fancy for me.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, I don't like I don't eat finger foods with my fingers. And I was like, that's weird.
That feels
I mean,
like a
even
serial
pizza.
killer thing to do, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, well, I ended up actually with him for 2 years, so I should have known then. And, like, this is, like, probably not as weird, but, like, outside clothes, you had to change as soon as you got inside. Like, you weren't allowed to sit on anything if you didn't change your clothes after being outside.
Like, he'd make you go change.
Yeah, well, and he would change. Like, the one time I sat on his bed after, like, we went out to we just went out to grab coffee or something. And
Yeah.
he got mad at me for that. So, yeah, that's definitely a red flag.
I mean, I'm happy you got out of that because we would have probably seen a Netflix documentary about you sometime soon.
Well, hey, I didn't get my 15 minutes of fame, but at least I'm here.
We're glad you're here. We're glad you're out of that. That sounds sketchy as hell.
I'm trying to think, even just like the clothes thing is just full crazy, but I'm going back to the first thing she said about like the knife and fork on a chicken wing. Not only is that like just a weird way to eat, I feel like that would be a pain in the ass to try and like dice up a chicken wing off the bone with the cutlery.
It's psychopath behavior.
That's what a tear. I would never eat wings at that point. I would rather not. Thank you very much.
He lasted 2 years. It's longer than most would have.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Derek on the line. Derek, what would you consider an instant red flag on a date?
You know what? If I found out that my fiance girlfriend, if she writes hit piece songs and or albums about her ex-boyfriends, big red flag. Just turn and run like you're seeing nothing between you and the end zone. Daylight, just go, man. Just go.
I feel like, yeah, that would be a hard one to get past, just being like, whatever I do or whatever I mess up here is going to be on the Billboard Top 100 in the next 6 months.
Forever. It is in the ether forever. You're never living it down.
Because there's nothing worse than when you break up and someone goes around saying stuff about you.
Yeah.
The fact that the rest of the world hears it and you're like, I swear it wasn't like that.
Yeah, no, his platform is not the same as hers, and he's in a no-win situation. That's a curious decision, but you do you, fella.
Well, even worse, imagine they break up, she writes the song, he goes on to try and date someone else. It's her favorite song. It's about what a piece of crap he is.
Yeah.
And the song remains the same, eh? Same old, same old.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Nicolas Cage has a new film coming out. Have you heard about this?
I have not. What is he doing this time?
It's called The Carpenter's Son here. They
Okay.
released a teaser for it yesterday.
Oh, that's a big beard on him. Okay, so he's like out in the desert, robes. There's a sad woman. She seems to be suffering.
Freaky kid.
So I'm guessing this is a horror movie of some sort?
Yeah, it's called The
coming out in the
Carpenter's
fall.
Son because he's Jesus' father.
God?
Oh, no. Sorry, stepdad, I guess.
Oh, Joseph.
Yeah, he's playing Joseph. It's supposed to be a scary movie about raising Jesus.
About the birth of Jesus? I mean...
Not the birth. It's about the teenage years
Oh, so
of Jesus.
he's been born.
Yeah.
Okay.
The way that they describe this movie is a reimagining of the childhood of Jesus Christ with a horror angle.
That's not the most Nick Cage movie I've ever heard of. That's wild.
It's Teengis, if you've ever seen The Righteous Gemstones.
the show
before.
about teen Jesus?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, it's not out of character for him. I have to imagine people are going to protest this movie, right?
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be quite a few people that are going to be very upset about this.
Like in modern society where people already are kind of on edge about a lot of things, making a horror movie about teen Jesus is going to rile some people up.
Now, apparently they don't actually call him Jesus in the movie. They label him as the boy. And then Nicolas Cage is just the carpenter, but it's obviously
Jesus and Joseph.
Yeah,
but they get around it by, I guess it gives you some plausible deniability when you're talking about like ratings and things like that.
But I mean, I never thought about it till as soon as I said the carpenter's son, and you're like, God? It's like, yeah, I guess that he was his stepfather. So it'd be interesting if it wasn't a horror movie and it was just a movie about a guy raising his stepson. And like getting attitude.
Like a family comedy kind of thing about like the struggles of being a stepfather back in biblical times.
Yeah, he's like, well, my dad would let me do it. Stuff like that.
Very famously, your dad did not let people do a lot of things, all right? You can't get away with that excuse.
Yeah.
Now get back in there and clean your room.
But also, this is just proof that Nicolas Cage will legit do anything. And I know that's not new news to anyone.
No, but this is, like, it's been a while since I feel like we've heard about Nick Cage doing a movie where you were just like, that's not real.
But then again, is it a bad thing? Because we always talk about how Hollywood has no new ideas.
Sure.
And at least the one thing, whether or not the movies are good or not,
right,
you can at least give a hand to Nicolas Cage for at least trying.
Well, he went and he got that money early in his career, right? So now he's just coasting. Like, that's the other nice thing you can say about Nick Cage is, like, we've heard stories about some of the silly things he does spend his money on, but the fact that he can get by making movies like The Carpenter's Stepson every few years really goes to show that he's probably well invested in living his life well.
He's either well invested or he's like that friend that you could be like, hey, go jump off that bridge.
I'll give you $20.
Yeah.
He's like, damn.
He's got that kind of energy, too.
I do need $20.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Time for another round of Rate My Conspiracy, where I bring a conspiracy that I found in the dark web over to you, Brock, so that you can tell me whether or not you think this is plausible, worth looking into more, or something that's just silly nonsense.
Lay it on me, brother.
Over the years, there have been many different depictions of extraterrestrial beings, aliens, through different comics, movies, TV shows, all kinds of things. But the general image that we've all kind of come to accept of what aliens look like is these sort of tall, sort of lanky,
egg-shaped head,
big bug eyes, and very ashen gray skin. What if, this conspiracy asks, the reason that their skin is so pale and their eyes are so big is that they also, at some point in the history of their alien species, suffered from some type of screen addiction? So we all see, like, when they talk about aliens, they're all being presented as technologically advanced beings, right? They come in flying ships. They have all this different technology, all these different screens, which would imply that back home, wherever they live, they also have a lot of technology.
Are people turning gray here because of technology?
Well, some people are saying that, because people are more on their phones, they're more isolated, they're staying indoors more. It's not necessarily the screen that's turning anybody different colors, but we're out of the sun. So what if these aliens also found themselves retreating more indoors? Honestly, it's not like they're on TikTok or anything like that, but some sort of similar addiction to screens led them to stay inside, and then also that would explain the bigger eyeballs to be able to take in more content.
I guess the biggest flaw in it is that we have the sun, right? So like they don't have a sun, so wouldn't their skin naturally be?
Well, there are other suns. I mean, our sun is not the only sun out in the universe, so there's other suns. So the idea still exists that they could have retreated from the sun to be more indoors and more on their phones. The idea, I think, behind this conspiracy theory, and I found it in a few different places, which is why I wanted to ask you about it. It seems to serve as sort of like a moral of the story to tell people, like, we need to break free from our technological chains and go outside more often, or we could become like the aliens that have come here to enslave us.
But doesn't that also seem like something that an alien would tell you? Think about it like that. They want you to go outside.
Right.
They want to be able to get you.
They want you to be outside where you are easier to kidnap and then eventually probe.
I feel like the aliens have maybe infiltrated Reddit and just started spreading that around.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if aliens had infiltrated Reddit. That's certainly a possibility, but it also would make sense when they kidnap and then probe people. What if they're just probing our memories to be able to watch more content? They're watching our memories like movies, sucking them out of us with the probes.
I'm gonna give you 4 tinfoil hats out of 10 on this one. I didn't bite on this one.
Not fully believing
I
this
couldn't
one,
bite
man.
on this one. No.
All right. Well, listen, if you want to know the truth, feel free to do some of your own research this weekend on whether or not aliens also suffer from screen addiction.
Just saying, nobody ever got abducted by aliens inside. Think about it like that.
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby podcast.